Good morning and welcome to the Childsy and Persico show, brought to you by Whited Up a Bush, live on Facebook, also 92.7 FM, MYTV. My name's Anton Persico and I'm with Mark Childs. And Childsy, you are looking so sharp this morning. I can't quite put my finger on what it is, but mate, you're looking really good.
Yeah, morning everybody.
You're supposed to keep your mouth guard in, Childsy?
No, well, I can't talk with one. I've never worn one actually, but I feel like an absolute disgrace, to be fair, but feeling rather holy as well.
All right, cool. Now, Childsy's got a quick birthday shout out. Off you go, Childsy.
Yeah, to my lads down in Dunedin, Ethan and Quinn, you are turning 20 today, August the 1st, leading a very sheltered life down there, doing all your studies, got your head in the books. Jesse, my other son, and your mother, Selena, are down there with you at the moment. Look, I've taken a rain card today to go and help Greytown out up at Eki, but have a great day, lads. And, 3, 2, 1 from the Skulls. Arr.
Cool. Childsy, who are our guests on the show today?
Well, today, Persico, we have Monique from 10cc to talk about women's rugby. We have Paddy Gluck, the successful conversion taker from the match last week.
And we've had to pull someone from the bench too. We did have Chopper. We did have Chopper, but he couldn't make it. He got a call out. Who else we got?
Well, we pulled Chook Anderson in at the last minute there from the Ikahuna team to help us out today.
Cool. Hey, now, I'm going to share some really exciting news with you here because we've been doing the Pick the Score competition lately. And the new Pick the Score competition, we've upped it. All right, this has gone from alert level cool to epic in the space of 1 week because Ray White, Mark Childs, has put in $2,000 if you can pick a score on this week's game. Mark, do you want to elaborate on this?
Well, it was all after Brucey called me a tight ass, and I got together with my good mate Brad Chittick, and we decided, well, if we go Harveys, let's make it a decent prize. So pick the score, get it exactly right, $2,000 coming your way.
Cool. So what you need to do is in the comments below, pick the winning side, the exact score, and you're going to get $2,000 cash. So that's really cool. We also have some new sponsors that have come on board. Childsy, you want to talk about them?
Yeah, Monique from 10cc, we've approached them this week, so they're going to give two $50 vouchers out to anyone who can guess what ingredients are in the Shearer's pie, one of their famous pies they've got there at 10cc. So post your results down below. If you guess the correct ingredients, the first two people that do that will win a $50 voucher.
Childsy loves his pies. Now, just on that, we're obviously promoting the White Up a Bush What About You campaign. It's about looking after your mates, and me and Childsy this week, over the past couple of weeks, have copped a bit of flack about putting on a little bit of weight through lockdown and not looking after ourselves well enough. So Kieran Tafati from Optimus Fitness got in contact with us this week, and he's offered to do some personal training for me and Childsy. So we've got the Biggest Loser competition starting. I weighed in this morning at 92.1 kilos, and Childsy went across a whopping 95.2. He's like his own radio station, 95.2 FM Childsy. So do you want to talk a little bit about what Kieran Tafati does in Masterton?
Well, just changed locations to 5 Albert Street. It's a fantastic place to go. They do group sessions, 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening. So just contact Optimus Fitness on Facebook, and there's a little giveaway there. The first 3 people that do contact Kieran on his Facebook page, you'll get a free session. So get onto Optimus Fitness. It's an awesome environment.
If you also want to join in on the Biggest Loser competition, all you need to do is in the comments, put your weight in. If we see you making progress, our friends at McDonald's are going to send you out some cheeseburger vouchers, so you need to work a bit harder. So good on you for that, guys. Now, Childsy, we're going to move on, I believe, to our first guest. Would you like to introduce Monique?
Monique Plug from 10cc. Welcome. How are you feeling this morning, Monique?
I'm feeling really good. I'm looking forward to the weekend.
Absolutely. Now, Monique, let's talk about the business for a little bit here. Your business, 10cc and Masterton, they're currently in a pie competition. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Childsy loves pies.
Yeah, we featured on 7 Sharp on Thursday night. So the team came over and did some recording, and I think we got like a 2-second segment on the show. But it was really cool. We got nominated by a lot of our customers who really thought we were pie winners. So it was very informal and just a bit of fun that 7 Sharp are doing.
Brilliant. Now, Persico's a bit of a pie eater himself. I haven't seen him in there at all at your cafe, so make sure he attends. Yeah. Now, last season, though, you had a famous pie that was announced to the region, the Whited Up a Bush pie. Can you confirm that's going back in the cabinet this season?
Once Wairarapa Bush start playing, we will be doing the Wairarapa Bush pie, which is a steak, creamy mushroom and bacon pie.
Sounds delish.
Now, Monique, you play in the women's rugby competition.
Yes.
This is Bush, correct? And can you just tell us a little bit about the competition that you play in? Who are the other teams and how this all works?
Yeah, so we're playing over in the Manawatu comp. So the teams are like Fielding, Sofobo, Kia Toa, there's a Wanganui team, Massey have a team as well, and then Linton Women's have a team too. So we do a bit of travel over there, and they do a bit of travel over to us as well. So it is a bit of travel involved, but we're playing 15 aside. We've been having really good numbers. Generally a pretty full bench as well. There's definitely a move in women's rugby, sort of more of the northern Wairarapa.
Absolutely, Monique. And there is some talk of a match that's trying to be organised here locally. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so Wairarapa Bush women hopefully will play against Wanganui on the 17th of October. So we are still looking for a team to play against the Wanganui side. So if you are keen to play or you know someone that's keen to play, just contact us through the Wairarapa Women's Rugby Facebook site, or also through Wairarapa Bush Rugby site as well, Facebook site, and we'll get in contact with you and start up some trainings. We've got a couple months, but it'll go just like that. And we're also looking for a coach. So if anyone out there is keen to coach some women's rugby, we're really happy to take anyone on who's keen.
Well, I'm not recommending Persico. That would be probably a bad move on your behalf, Monique, to get this guy involved. But the other point to mention is the college grade here. There's a college girls grade going on. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Yeah,
so same again. There's been a bit uprise and upsurge of young girls who are really keen to play rugby. So they're currently also playing over in the Manawatu comp. They drive over on a Wednesday afternoon, play over there. They're just playing 10s at the moment, even though I think the last bus they took over had like 26 girls. So definitely, getting a lot more traction. And they've also won their last 2 games, so they're doing quite well over in that competition too.
Brilliant, great to hear. And our own national competition, the Farah Palmer Cup, kicks off August 22. That's live on Sky. I've watched a few games of women's rugby last season there. Fantastic rugby. Get on and watch it. There's some great skill on show and some massive hits as well. So it's very entertaining. But Monique, thanks for your time today. We'll come back a little bit later on the show and get your thoughts on some of the games and the guys. All right.
Thanks, Monique. We'll talk shortly. Now we're going to get straight into the Moose Carpenny Cup results from last weekend. And I think the first game we're going to cover here is Pioneer versus Eki. Now, we were supposed to have Chopper on the show, but he had to pull out last minute because of work. And we've sort of been graced with the presence of...
Pioneer, Eki.
Oh, who was that?
That was last week. Yeah, you're right. Please cover me. Sorry, correction.
Sorry. Charles is a bit slow. So we've got Chook on the show. Chook, can you give us a little bit of info about what happened in this game? Because I believe you guys got off to a great start and Pioneer really fought back, yeah?
Yeah, she's a bit of a game of two halves, to be fair, the old cliche. We were up 28-3 or 26-3 at half-time, and they came back and nearly pipped us in the end. So we're probably lucky to get away with that one. But, they came home strong.
Yeah, it's really good to see Pioneer sort of getting better as the season goes on. A little bit on Pioneer, where do you believe where were their strengths in the second half?
In the back, Sneakley, where he got going, what happened is Stan Wright, the former professional player who coaches them, came on, and as soon as he came on, the game changed and our scrum started reeling backwards and they got a lot of front football. So I think he's blown out his calf, so that's good for Gladstone this week. But, he definitely changed the game. And in the back, Sneakley, he's a big, strong ball runner and looks to offload, and he had a bloody good game as well. So, those two boys were definitely standouts.
So, took a name that's been mentioned recently for Pioneer, Himiona Haida. He's been going great guns as well, I've been hearing.
Yeah, he's another one that deserves a mention. So, second half, he was into everything ball running wise. He was probably their main carrier. blood streaming from his face, he still carried on. So yeah, he's another one that's gone from he was a back previously, now he's in the forwards and going better than he ever has. So yeah, he had a great game as well.
Yeah, cool. Hey, on to the we'll talk to you shortly, Chook, about this week's game. But next game, Marty versus Cardinal. This was an absolute cracker. 39 to 38. I actually believe the score was 39 to 37. Look, Marty came out. They led this game 16-5. Then Cardinal came back with 10 minutes to go. Cardinal were in front by 10 points. And then Marty bounced back as well. And all the games this week have been so close, and almost a try sort of separated every result. But again, I think any side that's going to score 30-odd points against Marty's doing really well. And I've always thought Cardinal are looking or tracking good this season. But well done, Martin, bro. Really good result. And it would have been a great day out there at Marty to watch that as well. All right, next game. We've got Gladstone versus East Coast. Childsy, do you want to give us some info on this?
Yeah, well, as I've been tipping all season, the Coasties are a team to watch, and they are very, very well organised, well coached, and have a large player pool, not only in their premier team, but also their reserves side. Something like 60 players turned up to one of their Thursday night trainings. So that just goes to show the amount of depth that club has created. And again, with those playing numbers and the culture they have, they're on fire this season. So and a massive win out there at Gladdy on Old Timers Day, which the Gladdy boys I know would be gutted about. But this is the strength of the Coast this year. They're a team to watch.
Cool. Now, hey, this next game was an absolute cracker. Childsy and myself both love this. Now, obviously, Marist get up 28-27 against Greytown, and this is why Childsy's wearing the Marist kit this weekend. But the worst thing he's done is just before filming the show, he's gone and chopped out my Marist logo. I'm wearing the Greytown jersey underneath. I've had this jersey for a long time. This means a lot to me, and he's just gone to cut the logo off. But, hey, to talk about this game, we've got Paddy Gluck, Mr. Clutch, they call him, on the show. Paddy, how are you?
Yeah, g'day, fellas. How's it going?
Yeah, good, mate. Hey, tell us a little bit about this game. At the end of it, there was chants going around Marist, Paddy for PM. You kicked the winning goal, but we'll talk about that shortly. But let's talk about the game and your thoughts on it.
Yeah, look, it was obviously a really big ask for our team there. Greytown unbeaten before that. Our forwards had to step up. We knew we had to get them up front and then create that space for our Ferrari backline, as Beachy calls it. So our forwards did front up there. We got really challenged at set piece, but yeah, we had those yards up front and we could release the likes of Solly and Tafar. And yeah, that's where the game changed, I think, in the end.
Yeah, totally agree. Now this game was tight. Now, Childsy, we were talking about it last night. Let's go through a few of the plays here. Scrum, who do you think were the strongest?
Oh, it's pretty even contest.
I think scrums are even line out.
I thought we probably had the slight edge there.
I totally agree. Marist normally very clinical in the line out, but lost a couple against the throw. Midfield.
I think Greytown definitely had the edge there with Tahana Brown, our vice captain, with a player of the match performance, in my opinion.
Yep, wingers, fullbacks.
You're very dangerous out wide. Solly had a great game. Buffer, yeah, I'll give that to you.
Yeah, cool. And I've also got a big mention too to you, Paddy, and also Tiana Brown. He sort of comes into a first receiver role a lot for the Greytown side, and you guys really did marshal that game around, and it was a really epic game to watch. But Paddy, I just want to ask you one question, because James Goodger was kicking goals all game. Marist only scored 2 tries in this. Greytown scored 4. So a lot of the points came off the boot of James Goodger. Now, Solly scored in the corner with about 5 minutes to go. Goodger was off the field. What happened, and how did it end up that you had to take this kick to win it?
Yeah, well, when we scored, we didn't quite realise for a few seconds that Goodger was obviously off the field. So then a couple of the boys said, "Oh, Paddy, you might need to take this one." Poor Tafar, our second five, has been taking kicks as well this year, so we kind of both walked over together. We saw each other. We both kind of pointed at each other, said, "You take it." And then once we both laughed and said, "Well, yeah," we decided that I'll take it in the end. And then, yeah, just hit it cleanly and went over, I guess. But it'd be a funny thing is, I just can't hit them at training. But the boys say keep saving them for the game. So we'll keep them for those tight moments then.
It was almost like when it came off the boot, Paddy, that Jesus, God himself, the hand of God, just picked it up off your boot and just carried it over the post. I tell you,
look, mate, you might have won the battle, but will you win the war? That's the question.
All right,
everyone's got about Marist.
All right, let's talk. Thanks, Paddy. We'll talk to you shortly. Let's talk about the competition table because really there wasn't a lot of change after last week. Greytown do still sit on front with 16. Followed by East Coast on 15, Cardinal on 12, Marist on 12, and then there's a real big push here from Martinborough, Eketahuna out on 11 and 10 points. So at the end of this week, we might see a little bit of separation. We might see a top four sort of starting to emerge. But Childsy, you're going to cover some thirds?
Absolutely.
Senior thirds?
The senior reserve grade is a fantastic competition this season, as I alluded to last week. Now, results from the weekend, Puketoi 18, Eki 0. Greytown, the Papawai Prowlers there, 56 over Pioneer 15. The Coasties, a big win there at Marist, 27-10. Little fisticuffs in that game, by the way, if you were there. Carterton, big win over Marty, 41-17. And Gladdy on Old Timers Day, their thirds, had a good win, 34-5 over Feathy. Now, this week we've got, in your Jubilee, Marist taking on Marty. That'll be a massive match there prior to the Premier game. Eki take on the Coasties up at Eketahuna for Old Timers Day. Richie Robertson will have those Coasties boys fired up. They're 4 from 4. They're unbeaten. That'll be a big challenge for the Eki lads, but hopefully they rise on their Old Timers Day. Puketoi versus Pioneer. Feathy taking on Greytown and Carterton taking on Gladdy. Get along and support those games early if you're wanting to watch any club rugby. That's some fantastic stuff going on there.
Awesome, Childsy. Now, Moose Company Cup fixtures for this weekend. The first game we're going to cover, and this is the Pick the Score competition, and because it's come from Brad Chittick and Mark Childs, who have put up $2,000 on this, it is going to be on Greytown. It's Greytown versus Eketahuna. $2,000 Pick the Score. So all you have to do is leave in the comments below your winning side and the exact score. If you get it, you're going to take $2,000. Now, remember, it's the first score that goes in there, so you can't. There are no super overs, split prizes. If you're the first person to pick that score and get it, it's all yours. It's $2,000, guys.
Now, just can I bring Chook in here? Chook, do you want to match what's been happening here, and should we ramp it up to 3,000? given we'll sell property for Ray White.
Well, I'm on the spot here, so I'm going to have to, aren't I?
You'd make it are we 3,000?
$3,000.
We're $3,000, people. Pick the score, $3,000. I love this show. Now, Chook, you've got a massive game against Greytown this week. I believe you can match them in the forwards. I did have some pancakes with you early Sunday morning when we were talking sort of game plan, how we're going to shut down this midfield of Greytown. And can you tell us what a bop is? You were talking a lot about a bop on Sunday morning.
It was a dance floor move, isn't it?
I'm not sure.
It was language I learned of a couple of the Marist midfielders. So Leo and Aliko, I still don't know what it exactly means, but I think you boys can guess. They were talking a lot about Te Hana Brown and how he had a strong game, and I needed to bop him. So him and Ranieta Peterson. So yeah, there's a bit of talk floating about Saturday night after a few shandies about bopping this and bopping that. So that's where it came from. So it's Marist. We don't talk about like Eketahuna.
Well, yeah. A bop back in the day used to wear your bop pants, and it was a breakdance move, actually. Actually had bop pants.
I believe the Eketahuna Fire Department have been watering the ground all week as well, so I'm expecting muddy conditions, but sun overhead for this one.
Look, I did a recce on Thursday, checked the ground out. No one knew. I know what the conditions are. Don't worry about that.
All right. Hey, we go to the next game. It's Gladstone versus Pioneer. We were going to have Chopper on the show to talk about this one. Gladstone are hosting Pioneer, and look, I think I'm hoping that that Pioneer come through and come and finish off that second half performance from last week and do Gladstone here.
I think Pioneer on the rise too. I'd be picking them as well.
Right. Oh. Look, I just think Gladstone at home are going to be far too strong. Pioneer, yes, they're improving, but they may not quite get there. Anyway, next game after that, Cardinal versus East Coast. This is Old Timers Day at Cardinal, so get down there, support your local club. I've always liked Cardinal this season. I think they've gone under the radar. They're the dark horse, and I think they're going to get up against this East Coast side, and I think they're going to do it through the forward pack as well. Childsy, what do you think?
Well, I've been the Coasties all season, so there's no reason to change. I'm taking the Coasties again.
Right, cool. And our last match they're in now, this is Marist versus Barnabas. This is going to be a massive day for Marist. This is Marist's 75th Jubilee. We went to a dinner last night, which was fantastic. There's all the old timers there. It's going to be a massive, massive day. And obviously, I really like it when the Māori boys turn up in town as well. And I did name and shame a couple of the Māori guys last week on the show. And I'm expecting not to get some very nice treatment from this Māori crew as well. But, hey, now, Paddy, can you just tell us a little bit about your preparation for this game? How have you guys prepared? Because I know you guys were a little bit beaten up after that Greytown one.
Yeah, look, it was real physical, that Greytown game, so a lot of sore bodies. Tuesday, we had a bit of a recovery and gym session. Oh, where's he gone? And he's back to where he should be. Few sore bodies, so we had a bit of a recovery and gym on Tuesday, and then Thursday, we had a bit of a talk about what the 75th means to our team, and then a really smooth team run. So all the boys know it's a big occasion, but we're in the right mindset to put a performance out for the old-timers.
Yeah, cool. I think it's going to be an awesome game. Now, I just want to give a shout out to all those overseas that couldn't make it back because of COVID. I know there's, you got Gavin Kalish, you've got Sean Gray, Daryl Pollock, Sniff. There's loads of you guys out there, and we really wish that we could have had you here, but we'll celebrate for you. I want to give a big shout out to Sean Gray, Seamus. It's the 1st of August, Horse's birthday, and it's Sean's birthday today. He's 33 years of age. He scored one of the greatest tries that no one ever saw on Marist number 2 at Old Timers Day a few years back, but he tells a great story about it. So that's it for that. Have an awesome day. Now, one other thing I want to bring up, because this bloke here is going to be at the game. This is Ronnie Harley. He's one of the Old Timers from Martinborough. Now, I was having a chat with Ronnie at the Workman's Club on Wednesday night. Ronnie hit a hole-in-one on Martinborough number 6 golf course recently over the last week. So, Ronnie, we're going to send you out a $100 White Swan dining voucher so you can take your lovely wife Jenny, out for something to eat. Well done. Hole-in-one. Have you ever hit one?
No, I haven't. Good on you, Ronnie. Well
Good
done.
on you, Ronnie.
It's a life achievement, that one.
Cool.
What about your bets at the Swan last night with the Greytown boys?
Yeah, apparently I've got, somehow I've got a bottle of Pinot and a mutton.
A mutton on
the game.
So we're picking Marty to roll you on your 75th Jubilee.
Right, one picking Marist.
Make it happen. There's a massive chance here. Go and spoil the party.
Bring a mutton with you just in case, Brucey. Now, hey, we're going to finish up here, but the Warrap Bush What About You campaign, it's about looking after your mates. It's about the responsible drinking of alcohol. So, look, drink zero, be a hero, Childsy, and it's okay to say no, right? But just all in all, look after your mates. Make sure you get to the game safely and get home safely as well. Just before we wrap up, Childsy's trying to drum up more business.
Well, yeah, look, you listen to Sell Your Property with me, Ray White, Mark Childs, $500 to a sports club of your choice.
And one of these are thrown in as well, the signature Triple Chin Mark Childs face mask. Guys, remember, pick the score. It's now $3,000 thanks to Chook. Thanks for watching. Thanks, guys, for being on the show. Have an awesome day. I can't wait to talk to you next week. Thanks a lot.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.